What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the preview show for WWE Payback 2015. I am Che, and I'm, of course, joined by the one and only Fred Fox.
Whoa, now, Mr. Che, that was a fantastic introduction. A little bit unorthodox to see you doing the
Mm-hmm.
introductions, but this is a great change of pace. It makes me feel more at home.
Yes, sir.
So, Che, this is going to be an event that I think a lot of people are going to either skip unless they do the free month, which I think that is the rationale of the free month. They've done 2 free months since WrestleMania to keep those all-time high numbers consistent for
Yes,
the
sir.
stock reports and stuff like that. So I think that this is going to be one that people might even, now call me crazy, but this is one that possibly people will have the network for,
Yes, sir.
but might tune it out, might do something else while it's on, might not watch all that intensively.
Go watch highlights on YouTube. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. Or they'll just read the dirt sheets and spoilers. But
Mm-hmm.
we've got a number of things to get to. We apologize for not being here for different Raws. We have been a little bit busy, but of course, we try to give the pay per view, I guess not pay per view, but the network specials priority. So we are back, and let's jump right into things. First of all, we have Che, I'm sure your two favorite tag
Oh,
teams in the entire
get
world that are
out
going
of
to be
here.
kicking off the pre show. We've
Oh.
got the Ascension, Connor and Victor, versus the Meta Powers,
Oh.
Curtis Axel and Macho Mandow.
When Mandow, he separated from Miz. He was kind of getting a little bit momentum. It kind of looked like, wow, he could ascend to something higher. He was getting a good amount of, heat. Not heat, but he was getting a good amount of support even when he was in a character.
Mm-hmm.
And what a way to kill that support. You just killed it by trying to emulate a great fucking legend as in Macho Man who just got into the Hall of Fame a couple of months ago. Just got a DVD put out about him. A legend that no one can fucking recreate. And you just have this guy doing, and of course, a horrible job. Of course he is. But, you're just going to kill the fucking Mizdow, whatever the fuck. Mandow character.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think that this is a disservice to both men. It seems as though both people, Miz and Ms. Dow, Damian Sandow, both were hurt by this split. And I think that if they didn't have it almost seems as though they didn't have plans after the split. I mean, Macho Mandow is terrible, literally terrible. That is one of the worst Macho Man impressions I've ever seen. I mean, Jay Lethal
Yeah.
must be pissed that he couldn't get on with this exact same gimmick. They had Sandow come out and basically cut like a sort of like a let me just be real with you guys, break the fourth wall, whatever the expression is, third or
Hmm.
fourth wall, and just sort of like put out there like, all right guys, I'm just gonna cut the shit, and I just want to be honest with you guys. I had to do a lot of gimmicks to get your attention, and I'm not gonna do that anymore. And then he started, kind of turning into another character. Then the next week he's coming out as Macho Man.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
And Kurt Axelmania.
uh,
Oh god, don't even get that's worse.
that is the word. These are two like, I don't know if that's the point is to make them so terrible that the audience somehow then likes them, but unbelievably bad, in poor taste,
Terrible.
I'd say. I mean, the Axelmania you can kind of, whatever, because that was something that the fans created, but this Macho Mandow makes no sense. I've never seen any reference to him doing a Macho Man impression. I've never seen any sort of demand for him to do a Macho Man impression. So
Mm-hmm.
terrible. But anyways, moving on to the match itself, the Ascension are floundering, to say
Yep.
the least.
They're definitely not
And
the way they were in NXT.
exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, they wouldn't be.
Yeah, but sometimes is it worth it to change the characters if they're not going to get in a reaction? I'm not
Yes.
sure.
Yes, it's always good to rebrand the characters because what's the alternative? Just letting them die and cutting them? Rebrand them. Fuck it. Make them joke character. Make the Ascension the meta powers and make
Yeah,
Curtis and Macho Man the Ascension. How
but it
about
kind
that?
of looked like a joke version of Legion of Doom anyways.
They are. They're a rip off of the Legion of Doom. So
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, in terms of the match itself, it should be fairly boring. I don't think the Ascension are fairly talented. And I think that I'll be fairly intoxicated in order to give this a fair review. So,
I'm with you, brother. I got a couple of 40s for this.
mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say this: Ascension's jobbing because Mandow still has a little shred of that popularity that he was getting since way before. When he was in the Mizdow character. They're gonna let him win, and
All
they're gonna
right.
let Curtis Axel win.
Alrighty, so there you go. We've got 2 votes for the Meta Powers. As I said, I
Oh
am also
God.
going with the Meta Powers. The Ascension are terrible, and the Meta Powers just were started. So I believe that they would benefit most from this push.
Probably the only time I'm gonna vote for him ever.
Now, as always, the match listing is tentative, so we're just going to kind of guess and go through this card. So if I had to guess what would open up the special, hmm, opening up
Um.
the special, I don't know. I am going to say that Ziggler and Sheamus would open up the special.
Mm-hmm. I would say the New Day,
Okay,
but
let's do New
let's
Day.
yeah.
Let's do New Day. New Day versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. The New Day will be comprised of Big E and Kofi Kingston, with Xavier on the outside. And this is a 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag titles. So,
It's something different, but it's just this is like the 15th time we've seen Tyson Kidd and Cesaro take on the New Day because they're just really lacking in tag teams and really lacking any charismatic or
oh
tag
come
teams
on,
to get your attention.
they just created the Meta Powers.
Oh, get out of
That's a stacked
here!
division
And
now.
what's worse, the New Day or the Meta Powers?
The
That's a
Meta
tough one.
Powers, just because it's more of a waste.
Yeah,
But
but
all right, so you've
it's
got
just
Big E and Kofi Kingston, Xavier on the outside, 2 out of 3 falls. I'm thinking, now call me crazy, but I'm
mm-hmm.
thinking there might be a dynamic here where Big E and Kofi lose the first fall and then they like exchange in Xavier Woods for the next fall.
Nah,
No?
that wouldn't make any sense.
Why not?
They're not gonna. He's a manager.
He's not a manager. He's a wrestler.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking
He's
about.
a valet.
What is fucking Tyson Kidd gonna tag in Natalia?
I mean, that's different though.
Yeah,
She's a
but
woman. They don't show man versus
a
woman
woman.
violence
Unless it was China.
unless it was China. But then she was
Oh,
presented as one that could win
oh,
these exchanges. So
a whippersnapper.
exactly.
Yeah, but but anyways, I'm telling you, they're not gonna. No, who's he gonna change into it? Big E or Kofi? Who do you
Biggie.
think? No, because
Biggie.
Big E's a muscle guy. You know Vince McMahon
Biggie.
likes the muscle guys.
Biggie Smalls.
No, they're not gonna change it. If they gonna do that, they're gonna change him in with Kofi because let's say the New Day is planning to win, they're gonna have you know, Big E in there because like I said,
Yeah,
Vince
but
McMahon likes
Biggie's
the
a big
muscle.
old son of a bitch and he gets tired.
Yeah, fuck, he could do a lot of holds.
He can
I
get
don't think they're
tired
switching
though.
anyone
You don't
in.
want to have him tired.
He is gonna get gassed out really
Of
easy.
course he is. He's a big fat son of a bitch. Like a big tub of fuck. Like you think that he's gonna be running around and shit with fucking Tyson Kidd and shit? Nah.
Nah, even Cesaro, because Cesaro's athletic. He's
Exactly.
tall and he's not fat. He's just tall and kind of
Exactly.
lankier.
So for me, I'm taking the New Day. I don't see any reason to change the tag titles out. They're trying to push this New Day with the New Day sucks and
But I'm picking Tyson Kidd and Cesaro
oh.
regains the title because I think that New Day fucking sucks.
All right. So we've got dissension here on the
Word.
panel. New
Word.
Day for yours truly, and Tyson Kidd and Cesaro for Mr. Che. So we'll see about this one. If I had to predict the layout of this match, 1 fall for the New Day, 1 fall for Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, 3rd fall for the New Day, and they retain. And there's going to be shenanigans with the managers if they don't actually do this plan, which is a long shot. You know, I know that it's not that likely, but if they actually go through and do this little thing where they switch out participants and stuff like that, you know, if not, then there'll at least be some shenanigans with the managers and stuff like that. So
No doubt.
that is my pick, the New Day to retain. Moving on. Let's then go Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus. Why don't you start us off, Jay?
Well, I mean, Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus kind of had a little rivalry going on during the King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
We remember that, and we both thought wrong. I thought Dolph Ziggler was gonna make it to my bad, make it to the finale of the King of the Ring, and didn't you think that Sheamus was gonna win it?
I thought he was gonna win the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So we're totally wrong on that. But I'm never been a big fan of Sheamus, and Dolph Ziggler. Every now and then, for me at least, he puts on a good fucking match that I can watch. Like the last time I really liked watching him wrestle was that ladder match with
Luke Harper.
Luke Harper.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. It's gonna be all right. There's gonna be some spots, and you got like a big guy versus a small, more agile guy. But it's just anything with Sheamus, I just can't get excited for. I'm not a bit even face heel. Him with the crazy fucking hair. I mean, it looks ridiculous. I can't look. If someone came up to me dressed like that, trying to be evil, I swear to God, I wouldn't be scared. Even if they could fuck me up. You know what I mean?
He's kind of like Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, he does have an egghead.
Yeah. But I think that this match is very much about Dolph Ziggler getting his redemption here. He had to kiss the arse and all that other bullshit that they came up with. So, in my opinion, this match is about redemption, and I think Ziggler is going to win here in a big way. I think that maybe after Ziggler wins, Sheamus will probably beat him down after the fact as a sore loser to keep him strong as a heel.
Well, I'm gonna say Sheamus is gonna win.
Oh, some
I'm saying,
dissension again.
yeah, I'm saying Sheamus is winning. He's gonna be presented as a dominant heel, and he just came out like a couple months ago, I believe. So he's gonna kick his ass.
But don't you think Ziggler's been taking too much of a beating? I mean, do you really want to shoot Ziggler
Yeah,
down in order to get Sheamus over, even though
I mean,
people don't care?
I wouldn't, but Sheamus has got a lot of pull in the back. That rumor
Mm,
that he was Triple H's workout partner.
that's true.
Uh,
That's not just a rumor. That's actually true.
oh, that's true.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I'm saying, they're gonna have fucking Sheamus looking dominant because Dolph Ziggler. I mean, he could lose as much as he wants, and the fans will still have the same amount of respect that they do right now. That's the one thing with Dolph Ziggler. He's kind of like the underdog. You know what I mean? You can beat his ass a million times, but he'll come back and get that one dominant victory. You feel me?
Gotcha. All right. We move on to King Barrett versus Neville. I'll lead us off on this.
Go ahead.
I think that this King Barrett thing has been largely unsuccessful. I don't think that he's been doing a great job. I don't think that this King gimmick very much fits him at all, but whatever. He's got an accent, so I guess we'll give him a robe and a crown and a scepter. But in my opinion, this is a shame because I think Neville is going to lose. He should win. He should get a bit of a
Yes.
push. Unfortunately, though, I think that experience wins the day. I think that Neville is still perceived as someone that needs to pay his dues, and unfortunately for him, King Barrett is going to go over. But on the plus side for the fans, Neville is going to have some crazy spots, some crazy, flips, and some tope con hilos, and all this
Yeah,
different stuff that he's going to be able to do. But
I'm shooting for Neville.
oh wow,
I think they're gonna do all their best to build, and I think he wins.
all right. And how do you think the match plays out then?
I I think it's gonna be a back and forth. I think it's gonna be pretty even, and then King Barrett. If I hate saying that, bad news Barrett. He gets a little momentum, and then as the underdog, Neville comes up. He does the fucking red arrow, and he wins by the skin of his teeth.
Hmm.
But he wins.
Hmm. I don't know, man. I just think that this King Barrett, they're putting stock in him. They put the King gimmick on him because they wanted to give him something to
Uh
propel
huh.
him forward. And I believe that Mr. Neville is in for a loss here. But as always, the motto of this show, we will see what
We
happens
will.
here. We shall see.
We will see after we down a couple of alcoholic beverages.
Exactly. Some soda pops. We're going to have a few soda pops for
Yes,
this one.
sir.
We move on to a dreadful match.
Oh, which one you
Naomi
talking about?
and Tamina versus the Bella twins, Brie and
Oh,
Nikki Bella.
you could do it, Nikki.
Prima!
Oh, how bad are the women fucking screaming in the WWE?
It's worse than tennis.
I know, right? It's terrible. You know what I mean? I get it with tennis because you're actually, trying to win and you're hitting that fucking ball as hard as you can. So,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, but this is just, they just, she does this stupid like Superman thing. It's Bree mode. And then she like
Terrible.
proceeds to do nothing.
Terrible.
I hate it. I'm just gonna go with I'm gonna say the Bella twins.
I'm gonna say Nikki and Naomi and Tamina, and the reason why I
Really?
say that, oh yes, and the
Okay,
reason
tell me
why I
why.
say that is because no belt is on the line. There's no strings attached to this. This is a place for Naomi and Tamina to be
Hmm.
legitimized, win a
Mm-hmm.
tag match, look dominant. As I said, no tag titles on the line. This will further propel a match between Brie and Naomi because Naomi has been pushing for this. She's been beating Brie Bella. So by that logic, without the belt on the line, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't have Naomi and Tamina defeat the Bella Twins. This is Tamina's first match back, if I'm not mistaken, and this is her first like higher profile match on a special. So that'll propel
Mm-hmm.
her forward. That'll propel Nikki and legitimize her with their stupid shoes and stuff that you hate so much. And at the
Fucking
end of the day,
ridiculous.
in my opinion, our winners, Naomi and Tamina, propelling forward, and possibly at the next special having Naomi versus Brie Bella, or sorry, Nikki Bella for the title with Paige out of the picture and AJ completely gone.
I'm saying the Bella twins.
All right, and why
I'm
do you
saying.
say so?
I'm just saying because they're the Bella twins.
Oh,
They just, they always come off as very dominant of the women's division, of course. And I've rooted for other tag teams before, and they got their ass kicked a whole bunch of times. Remember when Paige and whatever fuck the other cast of characters that we don't know about, like the other women,
mm-hmm.
I forgot their names because they're so irrelevant. But no, they're this is just, and they might. I'm sorry about that. They might. Naomi might be dominant in the future, but right now it is all about the Bellas.
I don't know. For me,
Yeah.
I think that this is all about building people. I think
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people need to be built up a bit. And I think that at the end of the day, this is going to be a place for new characters to sort of thrive a little bit. So, Naomi and Tamina get my vote to win the tag team match. And that'll be that for me. Moving on to the next match on the card, as we believe it to be, I'm going to say Ryback versus Bray Wyatt, and I'm just going to say this right off the top. This is going to be a not good match. Not
Yeah.
terrible, but it's not going to be good.
It's gonna be very slow. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna be barely any spots. It's gonna be a really slow, nothing. Method. Nothing. Just what the fuck? What happened to Bray Wyatt? You know what I mean?
Well, I will give him credit to say that this last week he's been, I guess, taking the criticism to heart that people just don't flat out understand him when he cuts his promos. So his last promo was more. It was more simple. It was slower, and it was less nonsensical than before.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bit of an environmentalist now, I guess. He says that the people are killing the earth and stuff like that. So
Oh
that's nice.
shit.
Um, in general, though, I don't see a reason why Ryback would get the win here. I don't see anything
Nah,
that, you know, tells me that Ryback gets the win.
I
Just from
agree.
reading what happened on SmackDown, because of course we don't watch that fucking show. But
Oh,
just from
never.
reading what happened on SmackDown, apparently Ryback came out and Bray Wyatt attacked him and stuff, and like was laughing into the commercial break. So I
Yeah, I
think they're
agree. Bray Wyatt's got
presenting
to
Bray
win.
Wyatt as like this looming evilness over Ryback, and I think beating a big guy like Ryback will leave that visual that Bray Wyatt is still strong.
I agree. I think Bray Wyatt's gonna win. He needs to win, and Ryback's he doesn't have no momentum. He's not going anywhere. He's just been stuck in like purgatory for a while. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with Bray Wyatt too.
Cool. The less said about this match, the better. Moving on.
Yes.
We've got the top two matchups, and of course, your co-main event is, as always, going to be John Cena versus Rusev with Lana, Che,
Good.
in an
Good.
I Quit match for the United States Championship.
Hopefully she doesn't go to the fucking back halfway through. Stop.
Well,
Stop.
that's what's making him
I
a heel,
know.
is he's sending her to the back.
It's bullshit.
I mean,
I want to see her. I'm about to have a talk with him. anyways,
See what you can
anyway,
do. Yeah, go talk with the.
I'll
Let's see
try.
what you can get done.
I try. But anyways, an I Quit match.
I Quit
When's the
match,
last
John
time we've
Cena
seen an I Quit?
Rusev.
When's the last time we've seen an I Quit match?
Hmm.
It's been a while, huh?
I don't know.
That's tough.
Not
But
since I've
anyway,
been
yeah,
watching. I don't remember one.
same here. But anyways, it's a different match. We've seen these two square off a couple of times already, and I at least with the fucking chain match, it was something interesting. You know what I mean? But I'm saying John Cena. He's gonna have to win. There's no way.
Hmm.
He's gonna retain that United States Championship. There's no way he's gonna have it for like the month or two that he's had it for. You know what I mean? He's gonna keep it for a while longer. I'm going Cena.
I am as well. But the thing
Uh-huh.
is, yes, of course, you're not going to get that visual of John Cena saying, I quit. All the children will cry and all that other shit that the WWE thinks. But the key difference here is I don't see Rusev saying, I quit either. And this is where things get interesting. In my opinion,
Shenanigans.
not
Okay.
shenanigans.
All
This
right.
is what I think is going to happen.
All right.
I think that John Cena is going to whip the shit out of Rusev, and vice versa. But it's going to come to the end where Rusev is getting beat the hell down, and Lana is going to quit on his behalf.
Really, she's just gonna come in and throw in a towel,
She is going to forfeit the match for Rusev in an effort to save him,
and he's gonna get
and
pissed.
this is going to be the thing that sets Rusev over the edge and splits them up for good.
Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. That's definitely an interesting turnout if that happens.
That is the big spot, the big oh shit moment of the card. On these pay-per-views, they always try, in every Raw, they always try to have a quote, oh shit moment. They've leaked out a script that has a checklist of things that they're looking for. And one of the check boxes was holy shit moment. This is the holy shit moment that Rusev and Lana are forever broken up.
Ha ha ha. And you know where to come to. We can form a tag team.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway,
you and Rusev would
you
be
be
a
my
very
manager.
successful tag team, man.
Fuck
That's...
no. Fuck no. Be
Moving
my
on,
manager.
we've got
Anyways.
John Cena retains the title. Rusev, I believe, in order to get that I Quit, is going to have it from Lana and a breakup of the power couple.
Uh-huh.
The main event of the night. A foy, a foy, a fatal four-way
A fatal
match.
four-way.
A four-way. A fatal four-way match. WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins, Reigns, Ambrose, Orton, and if Rollins does not retain the championship, Kane will be fired from being the director of operations. Take it away, Che.
This is a tough one to judge.
Hmm.
I'm going to say the winners are either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. I don't think Dean Ambrose or Randy Orton is going to win. I don't think they stand a chance. But between them, are they ready to get rid of the? Was Seth Rollins just holding the title until Roman Reigns got off that heat off of him?
Hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that Seth Rollins was holding that title for just a little bit, just for like a month or two or whatever, just until the Royal Rumble backlash and all that stuff
To
got
get
off
them
of
over the
Roman
hump.
Reigns. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Roman Reigns is gonna be your new WWE Heavyweight Champion. Champion.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a little. I'm gonna go for a humdinger. I'm just gonna say that Roman Reigns is gonna win it.
A humdinger.
Expect a whole bunch of boos.
Well, this is the thing, man. They've got a lot of stuff to do until August 23rd when Brock finally comes back. And in that time, I don't know what's going on with Elimination Chamber. I'm still seeing it listed as May 31st, even though they're saying that they moved it. I don't know if they're still going to have this May 31st Elimination Chamber, but let's strike that one and just say we've got Money in the Bank, June 14th, Battleground, July 19th,
Mm-hmm.
and SummerSlam, August 23rd. Do you think that for SummerSlam, that it would be that great of a visual to see Orton, or sorry, to see Lesnar versus Rollins?
No, I don't think so.
But Rollins could build up Brock as like this big monster that everyone runs away from, because
I mean,
Rollins is one of the only people in this matchup that I could see actively running away from Lesnar in a way that makes Lesnar look even better.
run into the back.
Exactly.
Nah, I
I mean,
don't
you
think
remember
so.
when Dean Ambrose came and he ran all the way to the back to his, like, he ran to a car and like
He
peeled
ran to
out.
his house.
Yeah, he ran all the way
Uh,
home.
I don't know though. I just think they're ready to. Since the heat died down a little bit, I just think the way they are. I'm not speaking from my. I'm speaking from the way the WWE. I think the WWE thinks. I'm just saying. They're gonna give it to Reigns.
They're gonna give it to Reigns at this
They're.
pay-per-view.
I think they're gonna give it to Reigns.
I
I
don't
think that they
see
put
it.
him in there to give it to him.
I don't see it whatsoever, because then what is you have to look at the big picture, right? They're planning for SummerSlam, okay? That's going to be the big one. There's two big ones. One is WrestleMania, the other one is SummerSlam. Those are the two big ones. And you could argue Royal Rumble, but that's gotten a lot less significance. And you know, so moving on. I think that they need a match for SummerSlam that is not going to involve John Cena, that is going to be exciting for the fans. And I just feel like this storyline of Lesnar getting that revenge against Rollins, chasing him, trying to beat him up, and Rollins getting away, and you're just itching to see Lesnar finally get his hands on Rollins one-on-one so that he can exact his revenge and give them all to himself. I feel like that's what they're going for. I don't think that the Reigns versus Lesnar matchup is going to make Lesnar look all that strong, because in the build-up it made both men look weird. And this whole thing of them fighting for the title and stuff like that, people didn't take off for it. But people seeing Seth Rollins in a position to finally get his and to finally get the shit kicked out of him by somebody is so appealing to the fans right now, the way that they've built up this Seth Rollins character. I said that he retains, he keeps that belt all the way until SummerSlam, and he defends against Brock Lesnar in a match that's going to get people all excited to see Rollins finally get the shit kicked out of him by an angry giant who's finally coming back.
Well, that's certainly not rare. It's certainly not impossible. But I'm still going with the Roman Reigns.
All right, so Roman Reigns for Mr. Che. If you do call this, you are a genius, and you're gonna need
Yes,
to get
sir.
you're gonna need to get a job down in Vegas. So let's recap
Yes, sir.
very quickly. Both yours truly and Che are picking the Meta Powers to win the tag team match on the pre-show. Mr. Che here is taking Tyson Kidd and Cesaro to win the tag team championship, but I, of course, am taking the New Day to win the 2 out of 3 falls match. Mr. Che here is taking Sheamus to win against Dolph Ziggler. I, of course, taking the opposite. I take Ziggler to win that. I am going for King Barrett, while Che is going for Adrian Neville. Excuse me, Neville. Mr. Che here is taking the Bella Twins, while I take Naomi and Tamina. I and Che both are taking Wyatt over Ryback. We're also both taking Cena over Rusev. And finally, in your main event, the whippersnapper himself, Che, is taking Roman Reigns to capture the WWE Heavyweight Championship and for Kane to be fired in a fatal 4-way match, while I am taking Seth Rollins to retain his title, go all the way to SummerSlam, get the shit kicked out of him by Brock Lesnar. Everything's back
Yep.
to normal, and Kane is still in power as the director of operations. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Payback preview show.
Yes,
We will
sir.
see you guys on Monday. By the time we put it up, the Payback review show. We're both going to watch it. We're going to have a few soda pops. It's probably going to be terrible.
That's what you want to call it, huh?
That is correct.
Whatever makes the show better.
It's the PG era, Che.
Yes,
We're going to have a
sir.
few soda pops.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. We will see you on Monday with the review show.
Deuces.
Yes, sir.